Alright, so, how many of you play any video games? Show of hands. Alright, one crowd. Okay, if you do, then you know that your character has stats, and often, if you want to get ahead, it's not free. Well, imagine a world where parents have the ability to choose their child's stats. Not just in the general sense of hair color or eye color, but in a real sense of athleticism, intelligence, height, and more, impacting their life expectancy, their quality of life, and overall skills. Well, this is made possible by technology called CRISPR. Now, I'm not saying that all the 2026 babies are going to be 6 feet tall, but what I can tell you is that in the foreseeable future, there is a real possibility of human editing. Now, CRISPR-Cas9, short for clustered regularly interspaced short palindrome repeats, originated not as a human invention, but as a bacterial defense system to avoid viral infection. You see, when a bacterium is attacked by a virus, it can recognize and remember what the virus was like, so it can destroy it if it attacks again. And this system relies on a protein called Cas9, which is like molecular scissors. It takes a snippet of DNA and takes it back to the cell. And scientists realized that if this system could be harnessed, it could be used to cut and edit DNA at almost any location. Now, I didn't just choose this topic because it's such an interesting concept. My grandmother, Neel Mummaneni, died of leukemia a few years ago. And while I was relatively young at the time, I remember that it wasn't really pleasant for anyone. Now, leukemia is a series of genetic gene mutations in white blood cells that causes them to divide uncontrollably. And while this is a little bit more advanced than CRISPR can handle right now, an advanced form may one day be able to target these harmful mutations and stop the progression of the disease in a patient's blood. Despite, it doesn't stop there. CRISPR is already being used on other diseases, sickle cell disease, beta thalassemia, and thousands of others that you and I have never even heard of. And despite this collection of benefits that this technology brings, there's actually a lot of controversy surrounding it. In a world of biological and technological advancements, this tool stands out as something that needs special regulation to contain its abilities. First of all, we have to consider the possibility of genetic disparities. It's safe to say that if this technology was released commercially, it'd be available to the wealthy, those who have the ability to afford to edit their child. And imagine the rift between the genetically enhanced and the average people. It would tear the world apart. Now, I'm not saying that this would happen the day after you release CRISPR. I'm saying that over time, what would begin as disease prevention would gradually reside into genetic enhancement. Now, another possibility that we have to consider is off-target effects. Now, the Cas9 protein is often considered precise, but it's not perfect. It's known to make cuts in areas that are similar to the target sequence, but not identical. And while these mistakes are often small, they can lead to devastating consequences. They can lead to organ malfunction, cancers, and a whole host of other unpleasant effects. And what makes this especially terrifying is if this is edited in reproductive cells, it could affect generations that don't even exist to consent to the treatment. And now, a small mistake on the genetic level can often look small, but can have terrible effects on the human genome, which raises the question, are we even prepared to enact this technology, which we know virtually nothing about? In conclusion, in summary, CRISPR-Cas9 represents one of the most powerful technologies that humanity has ever created. It provides the ability to solve genetic diseases, improve quality of life, and address global challenges in health. However, it also forces us to ask questions about human life, equity, and responsibility. It's a known fact that the organizations that control this technology are too small to keep up with the advances of it. Every new breakthrough that CRISPR-Cas9 makes, these organizations have less and less of a grasp on it. So, as time runs out, public engagement and enthusiasm is essential. This decision about this technology should not be left to governments or companies. It should be left to us, the people who it will affect most. So, I urge you to read an article on CRISPR, talk to a teacher about it, do something, because this technology is coming whether you like it or not, and the question is not between choosing innovation or caution, but finding a balance between the two. How we choose to use CRISPR-Cas9 will change the world as we know it and find what it means to be human. Thank you.